Welcome back, true believers. Last time, the courageous Captain America was lying down while a tractor slowly rolled towards him. Excelsior!
I really appreciate how this portrayal of Cap looks like the exact opposite of Rob Liefeld's. She's named Gale because in the script they just called her Girl. Dr. Maldor, they may as well have called him Professor Bad Sinister. Be careful crossing the Trowbridge, it'll likely get destroyed by a Superman villain. Mattson looks so uncomfortable to be standing next to Gruber, and can you blame him? Ironically, Tom Chatterton isn't that talkative. He only chats a little. Lady Chatterton's lover. Hey, we got a Fraser and a Crane. Captain America hears the blues of Colin. Ah, those summers on the English Clifton side. Chapter 3, The Scarlet Shroud, the story of Miss O'Hara's rags. Captain America leering at the audience while the text reminds us what a failure he is. America! The title card already told us he failed to stop Mattson. You could have skipped past the part where Mattson gets away. This is the worst Marvel vs. Capcom level ever. Oh, well, serves you right for storing an antique desk in a feed barn. At this rate, Dodge will have shuffled all the way home before Cap gets a third punch in. I know this is supposed to be a superhero adventure, but I feel like I'm watching the Feed Barn's workplace safety video. And this is how you don't act around the equipment. In Cap's defense, he failed to stop Mattson, but he didn't kill his own guy with a pitchfork. Whee! When Cat's cradle goes horribly wrong. Captain America, easily knocked out by the henchman, so incompetent he killed his own partner. Thunk. You know, Cap fully failed to stop Mattson. Professor Dodge got a lot closer to stopping him than Cap did. Maybe the serial should be about him. Hang on, I'm parked in a red zone. Let me move and then we can continue. This climax may seem boring to us Hollywood elites, but this is what they do for excitement in Minnesota. We now go live to Treadcam. This is where we find out Cap is a toon. No crap, we just ran over the DP's foot. Oh, that barrel's just getting slightly nudged. Cap will be fine. Ah, fine, I'm up. Jeez, you're the worst snooze alarm ever. So the resolution to the cliffhanger is he just wakes up in time and gradually rolls out of the way, and they just didn't show us that last time. Well, the tractor bombed his audition for Killdozer. Ah, damn it. Do you know how to coil one of these things?
What happened before I arrived, Professor Dodge?
We just saw a recap, and now you want another one?
Heeded the plans for my electronic firebolt. With that machine, they can break into any safe or vault in the country.
Well, that's probably just what they plan to do.
Probably just. I know their exact plans, most likely. But wait, what happened to the historical holograms? Maybe the gem's burnt up in this fire. Yep, this is definitely a magnifying glass. The end?
Using some mysterious device which burns through steel and concrete, thieves last night broke into the Hammond Art Galleries.
Now how is Hammond going to fund his dinosaur park?
Old masters, irreplaceable originals were removed.
Now the end? Oh, come on.
Breakers are still at work.
Yeah, of course they're still at work. It's only been 5 seconds.
Jacob Mortimer, the famed collector. Rare manuscripts and first editions of inestimable value have disappeared.
Also, there was a fire at the newspaper offices, but nobody seems to care.
Public demand for action is mounting.
Why does the public care if some rich weirdos get robbed?
To cope with the strange menace.
Strange menace, not to be confused with phantom magic.
Getting enough criticism from the mayor without listening to any more of that.
Pretty bad.
You're the expert on bad.
That electronic firebolt is a powerful weapon in the hands of criminals, but I think we can stop them now.
You mean if that machine of Professor Dodge's really locates the firebolt?
You can depend on Professor Dodge.
He's way cooler than me.
Will be finished today. And the next time they use that firebolt, we'll have a chance to trap the Scarab's gang.
At this rate, you'll soon have every art treasure and antique of the city.
Don't be too confident. The district attorney is no fool, and Professor Dodge is a very competent scientist.
Well, half of those things are true.
No. But I must learn what their plans are.
I'm getting serious,
At
FOMO.
once to find out what's happening at the district attorney's apartment in the Winston Arms.
In the arms of a Winston. Are we done yet? This is the last time I choose you as a science fair partner.
Finished?
All except the installation of the fire-throwing tubes, which must be fitted by the skilled technicians of the Munson Laboratories.
The Bunsen Laboratory? Just keep it away from Beaker.
I wanted to take the control unit to the laboratories himself. I'll tell him it's ready.
Lyman would have loved to touch this phone.
The district attorney.
Is he eavesdropping using a hairdryer?
District Attorney.
This is Professor Dodge, Mr.
We met on Scientists Only?
Control unit for the firebolt locator is ready for the lab work.
Excellent. I'll be there in an hour to pick it up.
Now let's watch that hour in real time. This is the circuit board inside a Bell
Looks
telephone.
interesting, Professor. Are you sure it'll work?
Positive, Mr. Gardner.
It's simple science ex machina.
Tubes installed, we can locate the electronic firebolt wherever it is used.
Sokovia, Wakanda, anywhere.
The laboratories, get the tubes installed, and be back here before dark.
I'll get the whole series of tubes.
Clancy, you better stand guard out in the hall.
Yes?
I guess Clancy survived. If I just climbed out the window, I could run away from all this.
Someone's tampering with Grant's car.
Couldn't you tell from that clear establishing shot?
I've got to warn him.
Good, his car has a radio you could call. Damn it, I hate it when my wife drove the car last. She messed up all my presets.
H.I.
Why are you calling Nicolas Cage's character in Raising Arizona?
Come in, M.A.
The job's finished. The stuff will make his motor heat up.
Just science
And as soon
stuff.
as it hits the boiling point, the car will explode like a bomb.
Ah, the classic reverse speed
Here it
gambit.
comes.
Boy, it sure is a lovely day for a drive. I think I might go 20 over the speed limit.
He's pulling away now.
Well, if Grant dies here, I guess this particular car will have one ghost. Oh, he's snorting like a bull. He's ready to charge. Ah, now Gale has killed someone. Ironically, I think the only people without a body count are the cops. Oh, I got blood on my hands. I gotta get out of town quick. Stealing her victim's car, Gale is speedrunning this Grand Theft Auto game. So she didn't even bother to try calling him, she's just chasing him down? Uh-oh, the thingy is going kerfuffle! Meanwhile, Sweetums is chasing after this car. Gotta turn the wheel wildly, really pretend to drive here! These gauges aren't making me miss Fleischer Superman any less. Judd Hirsch in Taxi. Let's see if you bastards can do 90. The opening of Manos had more exciting driving than this.
Calling Highway Patrol.
Oh yeah, that radio Gale could have contacted him on to warn him.
North on Route 50. License 8K5047.
That's right, the car that's wildly overheating.
Vicinity to stop and detain occupant of station wagon trailing.
Captain America, calling the cops on anyone he doesn't recognize.
Number 8K5047. Traveling north. Trailed by station wagon.
Oh, he's calling on the speaker box from Superhero Island. This is a Captain America story. So, a deadly car. This episode had just as much right to be called the Mechanical Executioner. I wanted Cap on a motorcycle, not a cop on a motorcycle. It's a mid world. It's the boredom meter, it's off the charts. Okay, so Gale's crimes include murder, stealing a car, and speeding.
I'm from the DA's office. Here are my credentials. I'm trying to overtake the DA.
He owes me back pay.
I'll phone headquarters to flash him a radio warning.
Ah, sub-conflict immediately resolved because cops are great at de-escalation. Turns out this Gage is on a completely different car. For an intense high-stakes montage, use slow cross dissolves. It is the English Clifton side. Now the gauge just shouts, "Grant, pay attention, you moron."
Patrol, calling District Attorney Gardner, urgent.
Can't you tell from my urgent tone of voice?
Carly speaking. What's wrong?
I'm ready for my close-up.
Examine your car for trouble. It's been tampered with.
Thanks, I'll check it.
I forgot how to use the brakes! The monster's fast motion really adds to the urgency. Man, the Scarab loves sending cars off this particular cliff. He did get out of the cockadoodie car.
Grant, thank heaven you're safe.
So is the control unit for Professor Dodge's locating device. The Scarab won't know that. I'll prepare a headline that'll convince him it's still safe to use the firebolt.
So Captain America's superpower is lying about being less lucky than he actually is.
Mystery car explosion injures DA.
Let me cheat this paper to camera.
Locating device unit destroyed.
Still, I hate that this paper cut Marmaduke.
So, we were successful.
Maybe we burned half the DA's face and broke his will to do good.
That attack on the National Platinum Company's refinery vault without interference of the district attorney.
What about Captain America? Oh, who cares about that, loser?
Stolen firebolt again. And when they do, its electronic radiations will illuminate this bulb. And I'll run the pointer along the contact points. When I make a contact on the area where the firebolt is working, that light will start flashing.
Really trusting the bad guys to stay within city limits.
The electronic firebolt is being used somewhere.
Oh, that could have been triggered by any old citizen's electronic radiation device. They're breaking into the Satellite of Love Theater! This is how the 2014 Sony hacks happened. It's a high-tech version of a wooden peg game from Cracker Barrel. That's a hell of a film projector. They're really serious about using classroom films. Operation was a lot harder before they made the board shaped like a person. Meanwhile, still this. Let's see, if I find the right spot, I can sink their battleship.
Somewhere in this area.
Corner of Hudson and Belvedere. Thanks, Professor. That's all I need to know.
Well, another day's work done. I'm off to get some froyo.
Mr. Gardner's a brave man. I'd feel much happier if Captain America were with him.
Look, I get the irony here, but seriously, what does this guy think Cap will bring to the table that Grant won't? Ugh, wish Professor Dodge had invented a fast box mover. Well, sure, anyone can break in when there's already a hole in the wall. So is every episode gonna climax with crouching on a balcony? No, if they steal all the platinum, what card will I ruin my credit score with? You know, there are other ways to start fight scene music than wah 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 wah. That's a lot of bags of flour. Are they robbing the Boudin Bakery? Come on, Cap, don't stop them. They're rescuing Coyote vs. Acme from the Warner Vault. If the Scarab ever sent more than 2 guys at a time, Cap would have been dead long ago. Oh man, somebody spent hours organizing that sack table. Maybe this is Acme. Pretty sure Toontown's through that wall and those barrels are full of dip. Hey buddy, you got time to lie, you got time to clean. Never mind, you're not important. Hey, boys, no roughhousing on the stairs. Is this what the Avengers Campus Stunt Show looks like when all the Black Widows call out? I mean, it is the Scarlet Shroud, not the ScarJo Shroud. This is the one place in the entire 40s that smoking wasn't allowed. Oh, right, I have a gun. How does it work again? More railing falls. This is way more Space Mutiny than the Red Brown Cap. They're gone. Now I can redecorate. More like Creighton Brawl, am I right? All right, now how does this bat signal work? An unrelated below-camera flame effect. Getting hot in here, in more ways than one. So is this fire the titular Scarlet Shroud? This episode's title is disappointing and confusing. I haven't seen this much fire since the Metropolis Circus. He's the one team member operating the backdraft attraction. Still less foggy than some scary farm mazes. Okay, it's hard enough to make out what's going on in the cereal without the smoke. I don't know, we're out of choreography. Just flail against the wall. So what, next week we're getting a preview of the murder we'll see the following week?
Okay, now Captain America's in a crate that's on fire. Will he escape from this one? Has he already escaped from this one and they just didn't show it to us? Who can say? But the real hero isn't Captain America. The real heroes are my patrons who join me on a few Patreon exclusive live streams to help me brainstorm jokes for this particular escapade. Yes, these fine folks were sure to chase me down when I sped past joke opportunities I would have missed otherwise, so I called the cops on them until they showed the cops their Patreon credentials. If you would like to join the next Patreon live stream, even a $1 pledge gets you access. And at $2, you can see our next riff about helicopters. You know, that thing that the other Captain America grabbed onto that once in a movie that more people saw than this one. And if you want to keep up with everything I'm up to without relying on an algorithm to tell you, you can subscribe to my free email newsletter, the Doggans Digest. It comes out every week or so where I tell you my new videos and also other places you can find me lately. Just go to doggans.com and fill out the form to have it delivered to your inbox. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go take a nap in a crate. Could somebody stand guard on it to make sure nobody sets it on fire while I'm in there? Thanks, and until next time, this is Dave, signing off.